At 47, after losing everything, his business, his marriage, his health, Marcus found a single Stoic principle that rebuilt his entire life in 18 months. He had spent decades bending to everyone's will, saying yes until he broke. His wake-up call was stark, a 90% drop in his net worth and chronic stress. You trapped in a similar cycle, sacrificing your peace for the approval of others. This isn't about selfishness, it's about self-respect, a foundational Stoic principle. Seneca warned against those who live for the applause of others, urging us to find our inner compass. What if the very act of people-pleasing is robbing you of your true potential? People-pleasing is a silent killer of ambition and authenticity. A recent study by Dr. Emily Chen at Stanford showed that individuals with high people-pleasing tendencies reported 40% higher rates of burnout and 60% lower job satisfaction. You believe you're being kind, but you're actually eroding your own foundation. You're giving away your most precious resource, your time and energy, to agendas that aren't yours. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. He implicitly understood that focusing on others' demands distracts from your own present duties. The root of people-pleasing is often a fear of rejection, a yearning for external validation. You seek to control others' opinions, an impossible feat. Epictetus taught, we have no control over external things, and the good that is within our reach is to make the best use of what we do have control over. You cannot control how others perceive you, only how you respond. Chasing universal approval is a losing game. It's a false economy where you pay with your integrity for fleeting acceptance. This futile pursuit wastes immense mental energy, diverting it from truly productive endeavors. Your yes to others is often a no to yourself. Consider Sarah, a talented architect. For years, she agreed to every extra project, every weekend request, sacrificing her personal design pursuits. She secured a 15% raise but lost her passion, her true north. Her internal compass was broken. This constant self-betrayal leads to resentment, not respect. Seneca famously said, "Show me a man who is not a slave. One is a slave to lust, another to avarice, another to ambition, and all men are slaves to fear." Fear of disapproval makes you a slave to others' whims, sacrificing your own ambition. The first step to freedom is acknowledging this slavery. Recognize the internal triggers. Is it the fear of being seen as difficult, the craving for praise? John, a project manager, meticulously tracked his yes responses for a week, discovering 8 out of 10 were driven by anxiety, not genuine willingness. This self-awareness is your most potent weapon. As Marcus Aurelius put it, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Stop analyzing your past, start observing your present impulses. Understand the cost of your compliance. Understand that no is a complete sentence. It requires no elaborate explanation, no justification. When you justify, you open the door for negotiation, for manipulation. Practice saying it calmly, firmly. Start small, refuse a trivial request. Observe the outcome. Often, the imagined catastrophe never materializes. People, surprisingly, respect boundaries. Epictetus advised, if you have assumed any character beyond your strength, you have both demeaned yourself in that and neglected what you might have done. Don't assume the character of a perpetual servant. Cultivate the virtue of self-sufficiency. Your worth is intrinsic, not derived from external approval. Jane, a community organizer, once measured her success by the number of people she helped, neglecting her own health. A debilitating illness forced her to reevaluate, realizing her personal resilience had plummeted by 70%. She learned to say no to protect her energy, finding her impact became deeper, not wider. Seneca wrote, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Your port must be your well-being, your integrity, your purpose. Set clear boundaries, not just verbally but through consistent action. Your boundaries are the fences around your inner garden. They protect your peace, your focus. If someone consistently crosses them, they do not respect you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Your mind is your sanctuary. Do not allow others to trespass without permission. Establish your non-negotiables. Your working hours, your personal time, your values. Make them known, then enforce them. Embrace the discomfort. Saying no will initially feel unsettling. Some may react negatively. This is their problem, not yours. They are reacting to the loss of their access to your generosity, not to your true character. Your discomfort is a sign of growth, a muscle strengthening. Embrace it. The Stoics understood that adversity builds character. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems, said Epictetus. The imagined fallout from saying no is almost always worse than the reality. Prioritize your responsibilities. You have primary duties to yourself, your well-being, your goals. Only after those are met can you genuinely and effectively help others. Consider Alex, a CEO who implemented no meeting Wednesdays for his team, boosting productivity by 25%. He modeled that respecting personal focus time was paramount. This isn't selfish, it's sustainable. Seneca advised, set yourself free, for if you fail to do so you will always be a slave to fears and anxieties. Your primary responsibility is to be whole so you can contribute authentically. Reframe your definition of kindness. True kindness is often challenging, not always accommodating. It means speaking truth, setting limits, and allowing others to take responsibility for themselves. Enabling someone by constantly rescuing them is not kindness, it's detrimental. Think of the parent who doesn't do their child's homework. That's true kindness. Marcus Aurelius stated, "What is good for the beehive is good for the bee." For the collective to thrive, each individual bee must be healthy and productive. Your robust self is a greater contribution than your depleted self. Understand the difference between empathy and entanglement. You can empathize with someone's struggle without taking ownership of their problem. Offer support, not solutions that deplete you. Sarah, from our first scene, learned this. She now offers advice and resources, but no longer takes on extra shifts for underperforming colleagues, a habit that once cost her 30% of her personal time. Epictetus urged, don't seek for everything to happen as you wish that it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, then your life will flow well. Accept what you cannot change and focus on your sphere of influence. Practice the art of thoughtful refusal. Instead of a flat no, offer an alternative if genuinely possible, but always on your terms. I can't do X, but I could help with Y next week. This asserts your control while demonstrating willingness. But remember, could is not must. Be precise. John, the project manager, started saying, I'm at capacity this week, but let's revisit next Monday, reducing unsolicited work by 50%. This creates a healthy expectation of your availability. Seneca wrote, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Dare to set your terms. Recognize the illusion of urgency. Many demands are framed as urgent to bypass your discernment. Most things can wait. Take a breath. Evaluate if it truly aligns with your values and priorities. If it doesn't, the urgency is merely a tool of manipulation. Marcus Aurelius taught, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, in that it requires a watchful stand against every assault, however unlooked for. An unsolicited demand is an assault on your time. Guard your gates. Build your internal self-worth. The stronger your inner foundation, the less you'll crave external validation. Dedicate time to activities that genuinely fulfill you, reinforce your skills, and align with your purpose. This self-investment is non-negotiable. Amanda, a designer, started a personal art project, spending 2 hours a day on it. Her confidence skyrocketed by 75% in 6 months, making her far less susceptible to external pressure. Epictetus, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction to external demands stems from your internal strength. Understand that people-pleasing creates a false sense of obligation. You are not obligated to say yes simply because someone asked. Your past generosity does not create a future debt. You are a sovereign individual. This realization empowers you to break free from the invisible chains of guilt and perceived duty. Seneca taught, how many have had their ruin brought about by their giving in to the wishes of their parents, their wives, their children, their slaves. He observed that compliance, even to loved ones, can be ruinous. Your primary obligation is to your own virtue. Practice mental rehearsal. Before a potentially challenging interaction, visualize yourself confidently and kindly declining a request. Imagine the feeling of upholding your boundaries. This mental preparation strengthens your resolve. When Michael, a student, used this technique for study group requests, his personal study time increased by 40%, boosting his grades by a full letter. Marcus Aurelius often used similar contemplation. Revere your power of judgment. Use your judgment to preemptively guard your time. Accept that some relationships may shift. Not everyone will appreciate your newfound boundaries. Some may even leave your orbit. This is not a loss, it is a purification. Those who value you will respect your limits. Those who only valued your compliance will reveal their true intentions. No man is free who is not a master of himself, Epictetus declared. Master yourself, and you will naturally attract those who value a master, not a servant. This self-selection process will, in fact, elevate your social circle. Focus on what is truly within your control. Your actions, your responses, your values, everything else is external noise. The approval of others is an external thing. Your integrity, your time, your energy, these are internal, under your dominion. Prioritize them. Remember Marcus Aurelius, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Your estimate of needing others' approval is the source of your distress. Change that estimate. Focus your energy inwards. This is not about becoming cold or uncaring. It's about becoming strategic with your compassion, preserving your capacity to give authentically. When you stop people-pleasing, you create space for genuine connection, for meaningful contribution. You become a person of substance, not merely a reflection of others' desires. Sarah, Marcus, John, they all found that saying no was the ultimate yes to themselves, unlocking 10x greater personal fulfillment. Reclaim your sovereignty. It begins now. Say no to the chains, and yes to your true, unburdened self.